The Solana meme coin trenches have been heating up. So I decided to trade over in the trenches for the past week to see how I went. Now, this is the first time I've traded in the Solana meme coin trenches since Trump launched his meme coin over 7 months ago. So this video is about to show you how I went over the past week and whether I think I can keep trading in the trenches for the coming weeks as the meme coin meta starts to heat up once again. So if you enjoyed this comment, let me know down below and I can record more videos like this moving forward. And if you want to support the channel, smash a like, smash a sub, and let's dive in. Before we start, comment down below. Do you think I've made money this week or do you think I've lost money this week in the meme coin trenches? All right, so let's start off with the start. So over the past week, I've only traded really in and out of a couple tokens. Now today I decided to do a different strategy and actually try and copy, wallet, trade, and follow Cupsy, one of the most prominent meme coin traders in the whole wide world. I'll let you know how that went at the end of this video, so be sure to stay until then. But before we dive in to that specific nature, let's talk about how I went over the past week. So I had a mixed result of backs. So the 3 losses, as you can see today, of Patrick, Never, and Never, they were to do with the copy trading, which I'll touch on at the end. The rest of these opportunities and trades that I've had over the past couple of days was a combination of myself, some of the prominent meme coin traders in GTG, and strategies that I've used to understand what the meta has been over the past week, which is primarily resolved around BONK Fund and BONK and what meme coins are around the Chinese law of that whole particular ecosystem. So what we've seen is some absolute runners over that side. Now, I didn't catch all of those particular trades. The main one that I did manage to get into and prominently got up over a 15x on this trade was actually Lucky Coin. So as you can see here, I decided to sell with the weakness today, but we got in at an average entry. I did buy more up here, but our average first entry was around 550K. I still hold a small bag, as you can see down the bottom, but it has resulted in me locking in over 39 SOL. So currently I've made about 20 SOL in this trade, 15 SOL profit with 5 SOL or 4 SOL left in this trade. So that was my biggest trade over the past week. If we take it an opportunity that I did look at as well, that I did decide to fade, it was iCoon. Now I saw this, I was chatting with a VIP member in GTG last week. We saw it here at resistance, and traditionally what you see with a resistance at previous all-time high level is you want to see it either skyrocket like this, and this is what I would love to see Bitcoin do actually, but I want to see a big skyrocket move like this, or it's often rejecting and coming back down to here. Now I missed this move because it happened during the middle of the night, but as we saw it didn't capitulate, it pumped from this level, okay, taking out the previous all-time high and going on an absolute rally. I was looking at about 8 to 11 mil, and I could have made a nice 2 to 3x on that trade, but I didn't get into this one specifically. So again, sometimes I don't like to take the trade because, as you will know, I prefer to buy trades when they're down the bottom. I like to use my Fibonacci tool, I like to use my resistance tool and work out, okay, where's a really good risk to reward entry where I can have a adequate stop loss, okay, and take profit along the way. I don't want to be aping up here where I don't really know where to put my stop loss. So that's a big lesson that I've learned. And sometimes potentially in a trade like this, you could potentially get into the meta, into the hot tokens, okay, that have been really running quite hard. And I mean, Useless was another one. And this was the reason that I actually decided to come back to the trenches, okay? We saw a meme coin get to $300 million, okay, in the very short amount of time. And as you can see here, it went up what? 68x in the space of a month. Okay, so those sorts of memes really show us that there's liquidity, there's traders, and there's the potential for you to make some serious coin, serious money, serious cash if you can obviously get into some of these potential meta trend trades. But that was an example of obviously the big reason why I came back and started trading in the trenches. Now, some of the other trades, let's run it back through this list. Some of the ones that we made profit on. So we had Cadets. Okay, that was a swing trade that we took. Again, here's the chart here. And this is what I love about meme coins and why I love trading meme coins in 2023 and 2024, and why I gave it away this year is because you couldn't trade meme coins like this anymore. It was manipulated, it was F&M groups, etc., all the rubbish that you see on the timeline. But true trading went out the window as soon as Trump and Argentina launched their coin and those other rugs that really came out at the start of this year. And that's why I stepped away, because it was no longer, the probability was no longer in my court. I was unable to trade and use my trading skills to execute consistently day in, day out. Here is another classic example of the way I like to trade meme coins. Watch that first dip, okay, find a support zone, okay, we clear rounding bottom here, double taps off the 786 before we obviously broke out. My buy, there we go. I had an automatic sell at the 382. for a really nice swing trade from the entry to there of a 2.3x. I then took that take profit. Again, I'm using Photon. Highly recommend you can sign up down below if you want to get on this platform. But then I set another take profit at the previous all-time high. That hit overnight as well. And then I've decided to sell the rest of my bag today. And again, I'm just comfortable with the trade and I'll move on to the next opportunity rather than just holding a couple sol in this trade. So altogether on this trade, I made over 6 sol, 120% by averaging out. Now, Monkey was the first trade that I got into last week. Now, there was rumors, again, with BONK plus a few other prominent KOLs on the timeline. Again, I need to turn off my trackers. Hold on. So here we go. So this is another example, okay, of where you can actually trade meme coins consistently, okay? And sure enough, okay, we grind it up against resistance. And this, again, the big lesson here is you need to get out of these and move on to the next trade always, okay? But as you can see here, I literally nailed this one, okay? So bought the retest, or not the retest, the breakout of this, okay? This one didn't even get a test of the 786. So I took the breakout trade, okay? Volume came in and took this way higher. Again, I set my automatic take profit. It happened to me when I was on a call and I managed to scale out very much aggressively as that pump went up. I then took full profits on this trade out here, walking away with 3.5 sol profit, 143% after putting in 2.5 sol. That was a big one that really kickstarted my journey this previous week. Now, there's a range of other trades. There's the monkey trade, Mal trade, again, similar strategies, guys. I'm trading the breakout. I'm taking initials or 60% out as soon as we can get to that 2x mark, and then I'd scale profits along the way. Here are some other ones. Angels, I hit that overnight, okay, over a 2x. Again, initials out plus a whole sol of profit. Send it, okay, 30%, one trade. Again, there's no reason not to just swing trade these and move on to the next trade. You don't always have to get a 2x, a 5x, a 10x, okay? I'm in the process of compounding my wealth. I started with 30 sol in this wallet, and we'll have a look at how much sol is in there right now. Then we obviously had Lucky Coin. I called that in GTG. This was a trader who got into it. I obviously had a larger bag, which I'll show you shortly. And then Conviction was another 2x that we've made in the past week. Now, let's talk about my losses because there are obviously going to be losses. So if we come back and scroll, Monkey here was the first trade I took. Reacts out and Pups, that was literally months ago. I can't even describe how long ago those trades were. So Monkey was a loss because we weren't sure which Monkey trade it was. It turns out it was the second one, and we managed to walk away with over 2.5 sol profit across those trades. PVS, so some of these meme coins here. So PVS, Retard, Tickcoin, House, and Troll. I was holding them thinking that they were going to get a second leg on high timeframes. That never came. So I decided to cut that and use the liquidity to trade the current trend, the BONK trend, the Chinese law trend, and those trades that I've just shown you today. Okay. And it's really important that you understand that having liquidity wrapped up in the wrong meme coins or the wrong NFTs or the wrong DeFi products or the wrong altcoins, okay, is literally a limitation for you to make money right here, right now. As always, not financial advice. Do your own research. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But guys, things like this, you need to understand about how to capture trends and make the most money with the money that you have, okay? Money sitting in a bad trade is literally the worst thing that you can have in this industry. And I'd highly consider and suggest that you do potentially think about that from a different perspective. So I cut those. Some of them were for a slight profit win. And then I started to really cook on a few other trades. So Send It. Okay, let's look at that one and have a look how it went. Let me close some of these tabs, guys. And then I'll talk about my losses as well. But Send It. Okay, same structure again, guys. Okay, literally breakout, buy, sell here. I then bought this bit here. Okay, I decided to sell out of this one straight away. If I had just bought and held, and again, I walked away with 3.5 sol profit after putting in 11 sol. If I had actually held this, I could have potentially made far more than I actually did. Out the gate, it went up over 2 to 3x. So again, I'm a profit maxi. I've learned to do that over the past 9 years in crypto. It's just a strategy that I like to do. What I've noticed more with Lucky Coin is that I'm kind of happy to buy and hold that and maybe DCA into it if it does give me a better dip. And we'll talk about that very shortly. But this was a really good trade on that specific Send It token. Okay, we looked at Lucky. We looked at a few other trades. Let's look at what others have come in. And again, you can, if you click code token, it'll do it by the most recent on Photon as well. So I de-risked all these other trades. Conviction was a massive banger here, guys, as well. Let's go have a look at that bad boy. So if we come have a look, I made 3.7 sol, 75% move after putting 5 sol in initially. And again, if I'm confident on a trade, I'm happy to ape 5 to 10 sol. If I'm really confident, it'll be more. If I'm less confident, I'll probably throw 1 sol or 2.5 sol into this. Again, I took profits very aggressively here. My entry was down below here. I sold up here, guys, during the breakout. And sure, it went on to go pretty crazy. But again, it's all about timing as well. Like this was heading into the night. I didn't want to sleep on something like this because you never know. 99% of the meme coins go to zero. But as you can see here, okay, it obviously rallied up over 3 to 4x. I managed to walk away with a really nice 75% trade on that one. That was conviction. So if we scroll up a little bit more, here's my first loss. Now, this one was a little bit more risky, okay? I heard some rumors, heard some group chats talking about this one specifically. I decided to buy the retest of the 0.5. Now, my reasoning for it was that, okay, it seems to be holding this sort of level here. If I can capture this trend before it breaks out higher, or rather than take the breakout trade, potentially I could get a better entry, and that could potentially mean I'm already up like 25% before it gets to that breakout mark. Unfortunately, as most trades do, not all of them go 100% up. So as you can see here, I took a big L on this, losing 71% on this trade, 1.78 sold to the loss, and cut that, and sure enough, that's probably the right decision. I mean, it could potentially find a bottom here, to be honest, if we look at this chart. It actually is bouncing off the 886, so maybe I'll come and have a look at that a little bit later. But that was my loss, my big loss that we took. Then Kirby, I decided to break even, okay, as you can see, just break even for a 0.03. My main thinking was that it was going to go lower, okay? We obviously did break out, so we took the breakout trade again off the 786. I sold into this profit here, very slight amount. It only got to the 618, and then it rejected, so that was pretty weak. Volume didn't really come in, so I was like, you know what? I don't think this is going to run at this point in time. I'm happy to get out, break even, and protect my downside risk. Let's move on. Mal, we spoke about already. Angels, I showed you the P&L, but let's look at the chart again. Okay, on this trade. Ended up walking away with 53% profit because I did obviously buy this. Again, breakout trade, guys. Very simple strategy. Okay, again, I have so many Memecoin channel videos here on YouTube that will show you how to trade like this, okay? And it's starting to be back and be advantageous once again, as you've seen in this video. But as you can see, trade off the low fibs, okay? Take a profit at the high fibs, and sure enough, you walk away. I cut the end position down at the lows because that was, and again, initials out here, guys, and you walk away a happy man. So as you can see, I made 2.6 sol on that particular trade. So the other ones I've all spoke about. Now I want to talk about the two main trades. It was Lucky Coin, and then I want to talk about the trade today that I took based on copy trading Cupsy. So Lucky Coin, as you can see here, massive swing trade potential here. We got into 550K, took a lot of profits up here, initials out. I then decided to rebuy dips here. Then I saw that it was a lot more weak. Okay, we saw BTC get a bit of FUD, the tariffs that are coming out. So market decided to correct a little bit. And what we've seen is the meme coin meta maybe slow down a little bit over the past couple of days, over the weekend as well. So I did decide to cut the majority of this trade. I've walked away with 18.4 sol profit. I've still got 4 sol in the trade, so thus I've made nearly 20 sol on this trade. I probably am pretty keen to get in here, guys, at the 618, maybe DC at the 786. Holders are still going up on this token. Some of these memes are meant to be held for longer periods of time. That's how you really make some serious gains. As a trader, I like to try and trade the trends, okay? So I'm getting out here protecting my losses to potentially get a better entry at the 618 and maybe the 786 if we do see a retest down there. So I'm keeping an eye on this one, potentially this wave now here, and then maybe we get that next leg up in the coming days. So that's one that I'm really bullish on at the moment. Again, not financial advice. Go check it out for yourselves, okay? Trading is extremely risky, particularly the meme coins. But ultimately, guys, over the past week, I started this wallet with 30 sol. Okay, it's up to 53.3 sol right now with 4 sol in a trade. So that means I've made 27 sol in the past week. My biggest loss was literally what I've known for a long time is to avoid the copy trading, okay? So I did this as an example for today's video, okay? I was watching Cupsy live on Twitch, about 1,000 viewers at the time. And what you notice is that, sure, maybe this is a particularly good meme coin. It's Patrick meme. But what you notice is that he dominates supply, okay? This guy had like 2%. He might even still hold majority of the supply. No, I think he sold it now. But essentially what you notice is that someone like this takes up a lot of percent, the millions of people that copy his wallet, okay, obviously fade into it. I mean, this guy could have sold way up here and he would have made a mincer. I decided to take the swing trade off the 386. We did actually put in a high here. I didn't take profit here. I was recording a YouTube video. I came back and sure enough, the dip was all the way down here. So where I was then looking was to actually DCA, okay, at the 786, because I was pretty keen. Okay, normally if we see enough of a strength at these sort of levels, the dip will essentially break out here and maybe I can get a retest here and then sell at my average buy cost, which would have been a break even trade. Unfortunately, I saw a lot of weakness here. We could definitely see holders going down by the hundreds. We saw a big drop off in volume. So I was like, you know what, I'll take the L here, and I moved away. And sure enough, that was the best trade because this one has trended to 0. So big lesson here, guys. I took a 7.3 sol sol loss, a 61% sol loss on this trade. So I actually would have had over 60 sol in this wallet, which would have mean I would have doubled my money in the past week if I hadn't copy traded cups fee, which is literally the lesson that I've taught you all cycle around meme coin trading. So I really hope you enjoy this one, guys. So I'm up nearly 2x on my wallet in the past week. I really do think there's some opportunities in the meme coin trenches at the moment. If you're keen to check out the meme coin trenches and trade alongside myself, plus many other prominent meme coin traders like Nadia, who has dropped multiple 10x's in the past couple of weeks in the meme coin trenches within GTG, check us out down below and you can join one of the most active and supportive trading and educational communities worldwide for cryptocurrency. Highly recommend checking it out. Would love to see you guys. As always, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below, did you enjoy this video? Because if you did, I can record some more. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.